Hello everyone, I'm Trisha, it's me Jenny. It's time for another not naked review response to Trisha Hershberger series Naked Truth, where I talk as candidly and truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing straight out of the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, etc, etc. Most people choose to be naked, I choose not to either time. It's not a sexy tan thing, it's a vulnerable and honest type thing, a tool for the vlogger to be truthful. And oh my gosh, does this mean I'm caught up? I'm caught up for the first time in 6 months? What? And yeah, that in its sentiment alone is for me to be like, I'm gonna get this filmed. Also, I love the subject. I love Halloween. It's one of the things I want to talk about. So yay! Oh god, now I have hiccups. Great. First take. Oh. Anyway, I've got a little dot on my head. I don't know how I'm getting that. Maybe it's something with my camera. Oh well. Distractions aside, that little dot on my nose is hopefully not just my imagination, hopefully it's actually coming up on camera. Hi, so Halloween costume no-nos, ooh, good subject. So my Halloween costume no-nos are very similar to my cosplay no-nos. So it comes down to comfort, that's a big one. So I always say don't wear heels that you can't run in, you can't dance in, you can't wear all day. Simple as that. You know, even the most beautiful heels in the world, if you can't wear them, if you're not comfy, it's just not worth doing. And then things like makeup, weight, cumbersomeness of props, how comfortable you feel being sexy. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, let's break out the short skirt. And sometimes I'm like, I just want to be comfortable. Like, physically being comfortable. Like, corsets are amazing. I love corsets. Like, I love how, like, they make me feel pretty, they make me feel cool. I love how authentic they are, but at the same time, if you need to wear them all day, then they are a bitch. Similarly with heels, like they can make you look lovely, but it's a pain. There's a level of authenticity, and I think that's definitely something that's changed as I've gotten older. Things like being too cold, being too hot, like things like full, like I'm so impressed with people who do like full like mech build cosplays, or you know, full like I don't know, prosthetic or stuff like, but it's just so hot and sweaty, and like wigs can be a real pain. Like they can be lovely, but they're a real pain. So I've definitely, as I've gotten older, I've progressed more towards the I'd much rather be comfy and happy. One of my favourite costumes I ever had was my first ever Halloween. I was allowed to go trick-or-treating. I bought a dress from a charity shop. It was just a plain black, kind of quite tight, long black dress, but it was thermal. Like I can remember like you flop it down, and the moment it went down from my hips, it just like immediately started cooking. It was lovely. It was great. It was wonderful for a cold night wandering around out on Halloween. But similarly, being too hot, being too cold, comfort. Next one is being creative. So one of my big rules for Halloween, which is not a rule for cosplay in general, but for Halloween, I do specifically still say it has to be scary, or at least in some context scary. So classic monster movies, zombies, ghosts, and zombie ghost variants, obviously. Witch variants, mythological creatures, succubi, incubi. D&D has like expanded my kind of creature feature type mentality. Mythology is really fun. Last year for Halloween I did a siren, so that was a really great one because you get to feel pretty and you get to feel like you get to do something creative, and I got to use my trident prop which I had for D&D. I built it for a D&D Halloween costume, and then I got to wear it, use it again the second year, so that was really fun because I love that prop. I actually did a how to make that prop. I loved it. So I got to be really creative, and for Halloween I feel like it, for me, that's an essential part of it, to be spoopy. And I feel like limiting your genre actually forces you to be more creative. So you can do things like zombie cheerleader or ghost bride or ghost anything. So like the thing with like Halloween is the classic variant is something sexy, but like I do like to make something scary or something creepy. So you know, you can be a doctor, but you could be a mad doctor. You could be a princess, but you could be an undead princess or a possessed princess or a demon princess. Demon princess. Dibs on that. Yeah, so like, and I like breaking into new mythology. So things like a siren was one of the things I was like, ooh, that's nice. So yeah. But like being creative, having fun with it. One of the rules that definitely does match up with my cosplay rules is being iconic, being recognisable, and choosing it for your audience as well. Like if you're going to go with something like really abstract and you've got friends who are going to get that, like it's a fun in joke, then go for it. But if you're going to be like wandering around like and like no one's going to recognise you, that's not worth it. And it's quite different Halloween versus like conventions, because conventions It's sometimes worth going with something very obscure, but then you'll have that one person who's a fan who gets so excited and it's the best thing in the world. While with Halloween, because it's much more general, it's kind of better to go with something less specific. Like at a convention I went to last year, there was a girl dressed as Granny Weatherwax, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god! She was wearing like a "I ain't dead" sign around her neck, and I was like, that's amazing! And she was like, you're the only person who recognised me all day, but it's worth it because you're excited. So that was one of the things I was like, yeah. So for Halloween, I feel like being more general, so you get a wider audience, because you're going to be dealing with people from different places. You might be dealing with trick-or-treaters. Like, it's kind of good to be recognisable. Something iconic like classic monsters, great. Being appropriate is another one of my things. Like racist, like just avoid it. Like if in doubt, like my kind of my rule for it is, if a costume is iconic to a particular race or gender or body type or anything, then unless you are that representation, don't do it. So things like Superman, I always think of Superman as a good example of a raceless costume, because Superman is, his iconicness is down to his Americanness, his superhero-ness. So in terms of gender or ethnicity, he's pretty much an open book. But for things like Peggy Carter, I feel bad doing a Peggy Carter cosplay, because that's like almost iconic for girls who have curves. Like, it's so exciting to have a cosplay that is designed and cherishes and promotes curvy women. And I don't really have curves. I've got nothing really to show. So I feel like if something is iconic about something specific, like Arabian Night, like anything like Aladdin, or like just avoid it. If in doubt, avoid. Like, there are plenty of things that are non-racially sensitive. Just avoid them. Like my housemate was talking about a party she went to, which was, again, and also choose for your audience. Like, people who play Cards Against Humanity together, you've got a lot more free range than if you're doing it in an open forum. Like, if you are good friends and you have a specific thing, then go to town, but be aware of that. So my housemate said that she went to a party where it was like a religion joke party. So everyone was wearing things that were very, very, like, specifically pointing fun at a particular subject, which in that context, absolutely acceptable. Outside of that context, could be very, very poorly received, so take into account that effect. And also, one of the other things is travelling between places in costume. If you do not feel comfortable travelling places that people are not going to get what you're wearing, find a way to cover up, or find a way of removing a key item from your costume. So for example, if you have to take the train or take the bus and you've got wings, or you've got something that like finding that sort of like I can never remember the word for it, when you go to Disneyland you kind of like dress in Disney costume but you don't really, because dressing in costume is not allowed. Doing that sort of thing where like a black dress can very easily become a costume if you add some makeup or you add a prop. So travelling in that dress is fine, but then putting on those items later, getting that balance. When it comes to being sexy, again, it comes down to comfort for me. Like, how, not just physically how comfortable you are, but how physically, like, emotionally comfortable you are. Like, if you're going to be emotionally uncomfortable with showing off parts of your body that you're not feeling comfortable with, don't wear it. Like, just don't, like, avoid it. I think that's all of them. I'm sure I've missed something out. But yeah, Halloween's fun. I was gonna say I'm gonna go to bed. I've got some work to do before bed. I've done D&D. It is now 12:15. I've got to get up at 6, but I've got to do homework. I'm so tired. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, and I'll see you guys all when I do.